a sound that will live in my head for the rest of my life. I will never forget it as long as I live. And he just said he's not breathing. He wasn't even cold or anything. He was still warm. The ambulance came. They just picked him. They scooped him up, and they instantly just took him. My son Michael died March 11th, 1997. I will never feel whole again. My son Tristan, the day he was born, I felt like Michael was reincarnated into Tristan. I didn't know how to quite take it. He started when he was about 3, and he said to me, I remember when I was a baby that my sister and I used to play a game together. I used to spit my yellow pacifier out at her, and she'd put it back in my mouth, and we were both really little. There is an outfit in my son Michael's box that my son Tristan insists was his. And he'll tell me, no, this was mine, I remember it. And I will take Tristan with me when I go to Michael's grave. He likes to go over there, and he'll just sit and have a little conversation with him on his own, and he's very at ease there. That makes me feel very good. My family was insisting that it was just me looking for stuff, or that I needed to let it go. It became a point where I couldn't deny it anymore, and I couldn't deny what I felt.
Please welcome Mita to the show. So before your son passed, you had some strange and unusual dreams, right? Why don't you talk about those?
I had a series of dreams when I was pregnant for my son Michael, where he would be above my head and I could not reach him, and I would be frantic. I didn't know if those were his way of letting me know something was wrong.
Yeah, that you mean before he left?
When I was pregnant for him.
Yeah, but the son that came back in is him. And that's very unusual to have it recycled, but we do see it every once in a while.
Was he in any pain when he passed?
No, and he was SIDS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Tristan realize?
I don't think so. He might have some recollection. You know, not to anybody's book, but has anybody seen that book by Blair Underwood? You know, the black actor that's so beautiful. He's got a book out, Where I Was Before. I'm telling you, it's everything I've said. How a child knows that, you know, where they came, where they were before. The reason why he did it is because he told his daddy, Daddy, I heard you calling me. You know, I turned to God and knew you were calling me.
Thank you so much.
We'll take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
I would like to ask Sylvia Brown why this is happening. Look in the window, and it looked like the face of a devil. Why my dog was found hanging. Why my mirror burst off the wall. What this means.
Take a look at this picture. And when she handed it to me, I saw what appeared to be to me was like an angel that was in my son's bedroom. The reason why I'm here is because I really want to know what this is.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back. I needed immediate toothache relief. Thank goodness for Oragel.
Unlike pain pills that can take up to 30 minutes to work, Oragel delivers immediate relief.
And we're back.
Oragel takes the ache out of toothache immediately.
There are more than 29 million Americans without insurance who need help paying for their medicines. That's why there's the Partnership for Prescription Assistance. Through this free service, people who need help can call 1-888-4PPA now to see if they may qualify. Many get their medicines for free or nearly free, and I'm talking more than 2,500 brand name and generic medicines. Do you need help? Write down the number you see. It's your medicine. It's your life. It's your time to call.
Burning, itching, but the pain's the worst. I should have used
Preparation H Cream, burning, itching, plus maximum strength pain relief on contact. The most complete relief from Preparation H, pain relief on contact.
Tension headaches? What a pain in the neck they can be. Literally, a pain in the neck and shoulders. So, I take this, Excedrin Tension Headache, 'cause it works. It gets rid of the headache, the pain in my neck and shoulders, the whole thing. And Excedrin's fast. So, why let tension headaches with pain in the neck be a pain in the neck?
Excedrin Tension Headache, the headache medicine. I'm a CAD drafter and I do web design as well. In my job, I have a lot of responsibilities and I enjoy it very much. I used to be a stay-at-home housewife. I knew that without a degree, I couldn't give my kids everything they would need. ITT Tech was different from any school I'd ever attended. I really love the hands-on environment. My husband and I figured out our schedule, so he worked during the day and watched our kids at night. It all worked out very well. Family is my #1 priority, and I want our kids to be able to have the same opportunities we had.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid programs for those who qualify. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH today.
Have you had an unusual experience and you need Sylvia Brown's help? If so, call us at 1-800-MONTEL-2. That's 1-800-MONTEL-2.
My next guest believes that there are evil spirits in her home. I want you to take a look at this.
I've lived in my home for 24 years. The paranormal occurrences started happening in January of 2001. And I was sitting in the great room with my ex-boyfriend. He said, "Susan, look at the window over in the front of the fireplace." I went, "Oh my God." The face was in flames. There were horns, eyes that glowed, and jagged teeth. A few months after the devilish face appeared in the window, a more horrifying thing happened outside the window. I had a golden retriever named Max. Max was found hanging right outside the window where I saw the devil face. I had a friend who saw him hanging there. He could give no logical explanation as to how he hung himself. I had rescued 2 cats. They had lived downstairs in my playroom for 2 years. A week after they were adopted, I went downstairs and there is a mirror off the playroom downstairs where the cats lived. It seemed like it had exploded outward. Maybe they were angry that the cats were gone. I have a friend. The first thing he said to me, he says, "Susan, I feel a force in this room, some kind of negative force in this room." Our houses are on an Indian burial ground, and maybe the spirits are angry that we built our house on top of their sacred land. I would like to ask Sylvia Brown why this is happening. I look in the window and it looked like the face of a devil. Why my dog was found hanging. Why my mirror burst off the wall. What this means.
Please welcome Susan to the show. Don't say a word yet, because I'm going to say something while I'm sitting here. So you guys don't get to see this and don't get to hear this, but while the tape is playing, she is sitting here rattling off every single thing that your tape said before you said it. Every single thing. From the mirror exploding to what you said about cats. She was going to. I was going to say that. But go ahead. So, do you want to? You don't even need her to ask you a question, do you? Go ahead, rock and roll.
What have you brought into that house in the last year and a half?
The only thing I've brought into the house in the last year and a half are 2 cats.
No, I mean like a piece of furniture or whatever.
Nothing.
And no mirror or anything?
Nothing.
Because there's something, and I even said that, Montel said there's something wrong with this mirror. Like you said, the mirror exploded or whatever, but there's something wrong with this mirror.
I don't know. I went downstairs and the mirror was totally off the wall. There were shards of glass out in the hallway. They weren't on the bathroom counter.
Do you know who the mirror belonged to?
It was a new mirror. We put it on the wall when we built the house.
Okay, what makes me suspicious about this is you've had the house for how long?
24 years.
And all of a sudden now you're getting this stuff?
4 years ago, I was in my living room.
Yeah, but you lived there 20 years before anything happened.
Nothing happened until 4 years ago.
See, if it was an Indian, let's say it's an Indian burial ground, which I do believe that, it would have started right away. So something has come in, something's been brought in, some imprint has been there that started this whole thing opening up.
But what, 4 years ago, I was looking at a fire, and it was just an ordinary fire. And then I looked into the window, and there was a devilish face in the window.
There's no such thing as a demon, honey. You can make anything out of a fire.
4 months later, my beloved dog was found hanging on the deck 5 feet off the ground, right outside the window. Are these two things connected?
No.
I mean, I'm not an evil person.
Oh, of course not.
Is this some type of evil force?
No, 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 no. What I'm saying, I wish you'd look back to when this first started and see what you brought into the house. A whole tree, a trunk. What did you buy? What did you bring?
A lamp, something,
anything.
furniture. Look back, you said 4 years ago?
Because something you brought in has an imprint on it.
I can recall nothing that I brought new into the house.
Well,
you know what? But think about this for a second. Wait, you know what? It's too hard to sit here and do this in 1 second. You're going to sit here and tell me that in the 24 years you own that house, 4 years ago, you didn't buy anything. You didn't buy a picture frame. You didn't buy a book. You didn't buy a pair of shoes. You didn't buy an antique dress. Just think about it, because right now we don't have time to think about it. But think about it. That's what she's saying. If you can identify what that was, you probably bought something in the house and brought this with it.
That's right.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Boy, I'm like, you know, the psychic interpreter right here.
I know. You're like the phenomena book.
Right. There you go. But I mean, that's what I would look for. And then if she finds out what that is, get it out the house.
Get out of the house.
Circle around
because
the house.
you see, what doesn't make sense is it was a really bad thing. It would have happened from the very time that you moved in. If you've seen any of the shows before, it starts right away and goes right straight through.
It started happening 4 years ago.
Yeah, but I want you to go back, like Montel said, and figure out what you brought in.
You're saying you didn't buy anything, but you did.
Everybody buys things.
Everybody does. In a 4-year period of time, girlfriend, you bought a comb, a brush. You went to the antique store. You picked up a pair of earrings. You picked up something. You know you did. And don't let me come back in your house and start looking for price tags. I'll find a date on it. Take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
May 2000, my sister went into the hospital to have colon surgery. I nudged her, and I told her to wake up. I nudged again, and then I realized that she was gone. I still ask why, what happened, on a daily basis.
Who's the man, baby? Got me some cash.
We came to Northwest Title Loans to get fast cash for our weekend getaway.
For an unexpected bill.
To get cash back in my pocket.
It only took about 15 minutes.
And all I needed was a clean and clear car title, plus a valid ID.
There were no hassles and no credit check.
They wanted our business.
And I still have my car.
Northwest Title Loans.
Helping me get the cash I need.
Or whatever.
Interest-free for 30 days with no payment for 60 days.
Are you still paying too much for internet, TV, and phone service? Then listen up. It's time to do the math and save with Quest. Add up what you're currently spending and see how much you can save by bundling with Quest. The savings will surprise you. Call now and get our best value ever. For under $93 a month, you get Quest high-speed internet with a super-fast dedicated connection. Direct TV service with 100% digital quality picture and sound on every channel. And digital voice with unlimited local and long distance. It's reliable phone service you can count on. Call today and get a better bundle with Quest. It's high-speed internet, direct TV service, and digital voice with unlimited local and long distance. And right now, it's all for under none too much. Switch to Quest and start saving today. Compare, bundle, and save. Call Quest.
Well, hi, Sylvia. My son was killed 20 months ago, tragically, over a series of events. He called me on his cell phone asking me to help him. Does he know I tried to get there?
Yes, he does. Of course he does.
And will these people pay?
Yes, they will. Thank God.
Thank you.
That's it's terrible, terrible.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a son that retired from the U.S. Army December this month, and he was in Iraq in 1990. He was in Iraq October a year ago. He has a lot of illnesses from this, but he has lesions. He also has his right ear. They think something bit him, but the Army's not sure. They're thinking maybe of a sandfly or something. He's suffered with ear pain for a whole year now. Do you see anything that maybe is coming better to his health?
Yeah, but I think he should go to a doctor that deals with tropical medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to get someone that knows about different kinds of medicine. You know, the tropical. For instance, you don't want a doctor over here to be treating tsetse fly. Do you see what I'm saying?
I
Or
agree.
whatever.
I agree. But the Army, he'll have to do this through the Army, right?
Is he still on active duty right now?
No, he retired
Well, he
December
can
the
go anywhere
1st
then.
after 20 years.
Then he can go anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to go to a VA hospital, but
Yeah.
if he's not getting treated, he can
Okay.
go to VA, get a referral someplace else.
Yeah,
and see
to
another
a
doctor.
tropical medicine doctor.
But this will end then.
Yes, it will.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You had a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. I was in a very bad car accident in 2002, and I was just wondering if you'd be able to tell me how it happened.
Somebody ran into you.
So it was a hit and run?
Yeah. And this was one of your exit points. You could have died.
Yes, I was very lucky.
I know. Well, lucky, no. It wasn't your time. Otherwise, you would have gone.
All right, do you by any chance know who the person would have been?
I don't know who it was, but it was a truck.
Thank you.
Please welcome Susan and her daughter, Angela, to the show. Susan, why don't you tell us about your son and what's been happening?
Well, my son was killed about a year and a half ago. It was actually it was an overdose. There are some charges pending, some murder charges, indictments right now. But after he died, it's been a couple of months. I was sitting in my recliner next to the door, and I was thinking about him and thinking, just the way he died. You know, did he cross over? Is he with God? And I looked up and I saw something come around the corner of the refrigerator, and I jumped. I thought it was somebody coming at me, and I started to run out the door. It scared me so bad. I looked up and it was a balloon, and it just came around like a person. It was just coming toward me, and I thought, nobody's going to believe this. I said, no one's going to believe you. And I mean, I really thought that. So I sat there and I kept watching it. It came toward me, went behind me. There was the picture of Christ and the crucifix.
Right.
Wait, you have these? Wait, this is a video of this.
That's part of it. I couldn't think to video the first part. I was just too amazed.
Yeah, see, they do all kinds of things. It's just like we were talking about to this woman, butterflies, feathers, balloons, everything.
Yeah, because this balloon, when it came in the back door, it had to make a left, a right,
and
then
go
a left.
around the corner.
Yeah, it had to go all the way around the corner.
Sure.
And it came around just probably about 5 foot something.
Yes.
Right around and came toward me, and I just sat there and looked like, oh my gosh.
I know.
And I wanted to know, if was that him? And
Of course it was him.
What is he trying to tell me? And
that he's happy. What do balloons signify?
Happy. It was a birthday
Joy,
balloon.
birthdays, celebrations, happiness.
Well, when he died, though, I don't know what happened that night, and there's so many different.
He aspirated.
Yeah, but there were people
Do you know
there.
he
He had a
aspirated?
gash in the back of his head also.
Did you know he aspirated?
Did you know?
The people who were there, I mean.
Did you know he aspirated?
Yes, I did. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did know that.
But what I'm saying is he hit his head before that, then he aspirated.
But he was found on the couch.
Yeah, but somebody put him there.
Yes. That's what I need to know, and the people who were there, did they
Why
know
didn't they help him? I don't know, because
Yeah,
they're idiots.
We'll be back right after this.
Dead.
Found out I was pregnant about 2 months after my grandmother passed away. I had the most vivid, detailed dream of my grandmother, and she was holding a baby boy wrapped up in a blue blanket. Shortly afterwards, the doctor came in, did an ultrasound, and confirmed that my baby was dead.
I'm Ann, and I'm a GSK scientist. I just started Alzheimer's research when my grandmother was diagnosed. I wanted to hurry up and find a cure. We started working on ideas that no one else had tried. Maybe people don't think we try hard enough, but we believe we'll find the answers. And we're getting closer. What I see in the lab is very exciting. What I see at last is hope.
GlaxoSmithKline. Today's medicines finance tomorrow's miracles.
Multi-State Insurance Company.
Hello, I'd like a car insurance quote, please. Yeah, hi. Hello? Yeah, I'd like a quote, please. Can I have a car insurance quote? Need a quote. Yeah, I'm looking for a car insurance quote, please. Quote, please. Just need a quote.
Hey, think easier. Think Progressive. We give you our direct rate for car insurance plus the rates of other top companies instantly. Go to Progressive.com.
Yes, sir. You got a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia, Montel. I applied for a supervisor job at Spartans in Jersey City, New Jersey. Do you see any chance of me getting it?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
There's only one person ahead of you, but that person drops down and you come up.
Thank you.
There you go. Stick in there. Stay in there. Yes, ma'am.
Sylvia, my parents divorced when I was 2 years old, and I don't know my biological father.
You don't want to.
Okay. Not
you
at all.
don't.
Thank you.
Well, my next guest came into the world with her twin sister and was by her side when she tragically died. Take a look at this.
My relationship with my twin sister was extremely close. There's a twin bond. I felt her labor pain. She felt my labor pain. 31st of May 2000, my sister went into the hospital to have colon surgery. 3 years before that, I had my colon removed, and she got along great compared to me. When she came out of surgery, she was, she called, she talked to me on the phone. She said, "Where are you at?" And I said, "I'm on my way. I'm coming." And I had the anxious feeling. When I woke up in the hospital, her head was on my shoulder, and I nudged her, and I told her to wake up. I nudged again, and then I realized that she was gone. Her autopsy came back, reason unknown. I still ask why, what happened, on a daily basis. It's just empty. I had one dream. Not too long after she passed away, she kept trying to climb out of the casket. And she said, "There's a door, and they want me to open it." And I said, "Then open the door." I had to tell her that she had to do it. She just had to, and she did. At that point, she was instantly gone. Yeah.
Please welcome April to the show. Yes, ma'am. You wanted to ask Sylvia a question. What was it?
One thing I do want to say to you that I really appreciate the fact is you really released her by telling her to go through the door. You know that, don't you?
I didn't tell me.
The same thing as going through the tunnel, go through the door, go across the bridge. You really, really released her.
Okay. That was
she bled to death.
She bled to death. Is there anything medically that I need to be checked for, or can it happen
No, honey,
to me?
this was an accident. No.
Okay. The autopsy would not have shown that?
Blood, strangely enough, because I work with a lot of coroners, I know that sounds gruesome, but blood, like a stroke in the head or anything, dissipates really fast. It absorbs very fast. I don't know, sometimes coroners won't. I hate to say this, but I don't want to say they're in cahoots with the doctors, but a lot of times they just don't give you the full story. I've found that more times than not.
And the dream is she's at peace now then?
Oh, yeah. You talked her through the door.
As an odd question, do you feel your connection still with her? Because throughout your entire life, the two of you were so connected. You felt each other's pain. Do you ever sense her? Do you feel her? I'm fascinated from the twin standpoint.
I do. There's certain times when I'm holding her daughter and certain things that we used to do together that I have to do by myself now. That I feel that she's there. Sometimes I don't feel her as often as I want to.
Right, but she also touches your hair. She'll touch your hair.
Okay.
And also when she's around, I don't know how to explain this to you, you get a very funny, hollow sound in your ear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like a buzzing, hollow, you know, like you say, wait a minute. That feeling, like you're in an airplane, you know that? Yeah.
That's her?
That's her.
Okay.
I gotta take a little break. We'll get some questions on the way out. You got a question for Sylvia?
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Montel. I've had...
Or she has a miscarriage. Take a look at this.
My grandmother died August 31st. It's the worst loss I ever experienced. Found out I was pregnant about 2 months after my grandmother passed away. When I was 18 weeks along, I started spotting and had to go to the hospital. And during the long wait in the emergency room, I fell asleep. While I was asleep, I had the most vivid, detailed dream of my grandmother. And she was holding a baby boy wrapped up in a blue blanket. And my grandmother was wearing this green and white polka dot dress. When I woke up from my dream, I remember screaming that my baby was dead. Shortly afterwards, the doctor came in, did an ultrasound, and confirmed that my baby was dead. There was no heartbeat. It was a few months after I lost Will that I found out I was pregnant again. My grandmother, I dreamt about her on at least 2 occasions. She didn't talk to me. I know you could hear her laugh, but she wouldn't look at me. She's sitting alone, and a couple butterflies are flying around. Once I started having the dreams of my grandmother again, I began spotting, and I knew instantly that I was going to lose this baby. I felt completely hopeless and didn't think I could carry another baby full term. I'm scared to just go through with the false hope and the desperation of losing another child.
Please welcome Donna to the show. What did you want to ask Sylvia?
I need to know what the significance is of my grandmother coming to me when I'm pregnant. Is it her?
The same thing as every time, I swear to you, and I even mentioned some of this in the book, that I'm in trouble, my grandmother comes to me. Now, please don't let this discourage you. I had 4 miscarriages before Paul. I had 3 before Chris, but I have 2 healthy boys. The next time you get pregnant, you're going to carry. All she's doing is coming to show you it's going to be okay. Do you see what I mean? In other words, to try to take the edge off of you. When I was in the hospital and I almost died, my grandmother came. Do you see what I'm saying? They come.
Did she come to my mother? Butterflies, we have this thing.
Yeah, butterflies, hummingbirds, they'll come, yes.
So I will have a full-term pregnancy.
Full-term boy.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. I have a question about my future. I'm really rocky, and I don't know what I want to do with my life. There's so many things that I just want to help out my family and be successful. Do you know what I'm going to be successful in?
Writing.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You had a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. I had an uncle that recently passed, like 3 months ago, and I want to know if he's around us and around the family. I used to be very close with him. I used to take care of him.
Was he a large male?
No.
Because there's a large, I don't mean tall, I mean large, thick. Was he thick?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he says that he comes around you about 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he also has a tendency to make noise. You know, like I said to some woman on the show before, like footsteps.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am, you got a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. I have a 4-year-old daughter who's going through problems. I just want to know if she's going to be okay.
I'm sorry, say again, honey.
4-year-old daughter who's going through some medical problems?
Speech.
Speech problems, yes, she'll connect, yes. But she can't very well talk because you talk for her.
I do.
I know you do. Say, look, you can't have it till you tell me what you want. That's not tough love. Okay. None of us would probably walk or talk if somebody just carried us around all the time. You know?
So she'll be okay.
She'll be fine.
Thank you.
She's got a brain. She's
very
smart. Yeah. She just figured out, if I don't need to talk, you will.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you had a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. Is heaven right here near us?
Heaven is 3 feet right up off the ground. Right here.
So everybody's like walking around right
and we're ghosts in their world. I told everybody at a lecture when I told you that, you almost turned white.
I know, it's kind of trippy. We'll take a break, we'll be back right after this. If you're in the New York area and would like to be a part of our studio audience, please call 212-989-8101 or email us at tickets@montelshow.com. Please be sure to include your phone number.
After the baby, I started working out and taking a pain reliever for my knees. Went back to work, needed something else for tension headaches. Baby got big, I got one more for my back. Every new pain, a different pain reliever. But not anymore. Today, I'm all Advil. Advil is my every pain reliever. Works on all my pains, wherever I hurt. So I'm ready for anything. I'm all Advil.
Love a good bargain? Big Lots is your kind of store.
Prices are crazy.
Get here now for huge deals, like Burns of Boston car and Intercraft photo frames and albums starting at just $1.
They have so many different things all the time.
Plus, get here Sunday and Monday for 2-day-only closeout deals, like all mattress sets and sofa love seat sets. Save an extra $50 on any set. That's off the already low closeout price. Check Big Lots Circular in Sunday's paper for more bargains.
It's a great bargain. You can't beat it. I love Big Lots.
I can't do math. How much is this with the discount?
Oh, that's easy. $28 at 15% off is $23.80.
Want to help me balance my checkbook?
Sounds fun, but I'd rather get paid for my time.
If you like numbers, then you might have what it takes for a career in accounting. The accounting programs at Everest College are highly focused, so you can graduate fast. Call right now for a campus visit or brochure. Call 1-800-515-9498.
When I tell people my name is Pam Anderson, they usually do a double take and know right away that I am not that Pam Anderson. But I am smart enough to know that when I want to party with a rock star, I go to Cash and Go for a payroll advance. Because nobody's better at getting you the cash you need when you need it the most, no matter what the reason, with no headaches and no hassles. So the next time you need a payroll advance, go to Cash and Go and tell them, Pam Anderson, the one who's never been in a video, sent you.
Have you had an unusual experience and you need Sylvia Brown's help? If so, call us at 1-800-MONTEL-2. That's 1-800-MONTEL-2.
Please welcome Danielle to the show. Where's Danielle at? Why don't you tell us about this photo that your 7-year-old took?
Okay, I was on the computer room, and I was working, and my son, 7 years old, came running in the room, and he's like, Mom, Mom, I see something in the bedroom. And out of the corner of my eye, I can see that the room is dark. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? He goes. So I said, okay, well, it's on the dresser. He went to get the camera. He went into this dark room, snapped a photo, and being it was an expensive camera, I was busy doing my work. I'm like, okay, can you turn the camera off? We'll worry about this later. Well, it wasn't until like a week later I had taken the film to be developed, and as I was walking up to the counter to pick up the film, this young girl behind the counter, she had like a face that had just panic-stricken. And she's like, your photo, I probably can get fired for asking you this. She says, but take a look at this picture. And when she handed it to me, I saw what appeared to be to me was like an angel that was in my son's bedroom, and you could see like the trail of energy that this angel had left. And the reason why I'm here is because I really want to know what this is and why my son was chosen to see this.
I don't think it's so much your son has. I think we see it all the time. We don't know what the hell we're seeing. I think they're all around us. I think people who come up to us and give us messages on the street are angels, and we don't know it.
So it's not per se for him, it's just an
Well, yeah,
angel?
it's for him. It's his angel.
Does it have a name?
His angel's name is Raphael.
He often says that he sees family members and friends.
Absolutely.
On the other side, that like among us, if we're putting up the Christmas tree, we could be outside.
I don't know why, but they call them indigo kids. But, you know, they're just psychic kids coming in. I don't know why they call them indigo. I mean, it's just kids coming in psychic.
I mean, I listen, I pay attention to them, but, you know, you wonder how much being age 7 that they really see. They're just trying to get your attention. But he
No,
does
they
say
wouldn't do
so-and-so's
that. See,
here.
don't, listen, say yes to everything.
Okay.
Because if you don't, you'll shut them down.
Okay.
And he's going to shut down anyway as he gets older.
That's right, they do.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You had a question for Sylvia.
Hi. My husband's been missing for 7 months. I want to know what happened.
He was abducted and killed.
Do you know where?
Yeah, around Atlantic City.
Thank you.
Are you aware of anything going on around Atlantic City?
I'm not, no, I'm not.
Well, I'd call the police there and see if they found anything or...
I have 2 detectives on the case. And
well, then
they
will you
haven't-
send him to Atlantic City?
Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, right here. You had a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. I'm Montel. I just want to know, my health hasn't been very well lately, and I'd like to know if I'm going to get any better. I haven't been doing too good.
Have you had your pancreas checked?
No, I haven't.
I want you to get your pancreas checked.
All right.
Pancreas is right here. Okay. Pancreatitis can make you feel really tired, miserable. Okay. You know, it's also like fibromyalgia and a lot of other things. It's almost an imitator.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, in the back. We got to go take a break.
What do you see in store for the Women's Party, the political party, the Women's Party?
You mean as far as accelerating or as far as
Yes.
winning or as far as what?
As far as a movement for peace both here and internationally.
There's so much.
Thousands of you have been moved by Sylvia's inspirational words, and now you can get them every single day by joining Sylvia's Inspirational Life Message subscription program.
Just text Sylvia to 84000 or go to www.sylvia.org.
Each day, I'll text an inspirational life message directly to you.
Message fees are just 50 cents or less per day. For complete information, log on to www.sylvia.org.
So subscribe to Sylvia's Inspirational Life Message program today and get a message every single day.
The Street Team doesn't have your X-Men tickets, but the Entertainment Zone does. Watch the first episode of Malcolm Monday through Wednesday. You could win X-Men screening passes and prize packs from PDX 49.
The guilty.
I can't go to jail!
The innocent.
How many S's in innocent?
And the oblivious.
The real money's in bootlegging, not in your childish vandalism.
Witness a justice system that's truly criminal.
The system works. Just ask Klaus von Bülow.
Law and disorder. All this week at 7:30 on PDX 49.
Without the support of my family, I'm certain I wouldn't have made it this far. I realized there was a lot I could do to accomplish my goals, and I decided to earn a degree at ITT Tech. Their hands-on teaching approach gave me the opportunity to actually learn what I was going to be doing in the real world. I started my own company, and I've been able to watch my corporation grow from the ground up. The best thing that's happened to me after my education is being able to provide for my family. I'm a big believer that you can improve anyone's perception on life and help push people in the right direction. I am proud to say that who I am today is whom I've always wanted to be.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, School of Electronics Technology, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid programs for those who qualify. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH today.
Way to go, Joey!
So how's it going with Carl?
Well, that car wreck he was in, he really messed him up. He can't even go back to work for weeks.
Who did you call about your rights?
We didn't know who to call.
You should call Legal Options.
Legal Options?
They have experts who know all about these things.
If you've been seriously injured, you've got options. Call Legal Options at 1-800-777-7774. Call now.
Legal Options? I'll call him right now.
Promotional consideration provided by the following.
When summer heats up, Gold Bond medicated powder relieves itch, soothes irritations. Gold Bond powder, the medicated fix for irritation and itch.
See yourself thinner with new Dexatrim Max 2.0. Add to water to curb appetite, feel full, and boost energy. Power your water.
Empower yourself.
New Dexatrim Max 2.0.
All right, yes, sir, you had a question in the back.
Hi, Sylvia. 2002, I went to London to look for my sister in the hospital. On the way to the hospital, she died. Do you think she had something to say to me, or did
just that she loved you because she knew you were on the way, but she just couldn't hang on anymore. But see, the thing about it is, she knows now that you can say goodbye. Do you see what I'm saying? See, we always think, oh, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Say goodbye now, they're around you.
Okay, goodbye, sis.
Yes.
You know what? And that works, though. As funny as he says it is. Yes, sir, you had a question for Sylvia. Back over here.
I was just wondering if I was ever going to walk again.
Yeah, but about 2 years.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you had a question for Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. Our second son passed away shortly after his birth 2.5 years ago, and since then we've had 2 more miscarriages. I'd like to know when or if we're ever going to have a healthy baby.
Yeah, you'll get pregnant this spring, this coming spring.
Thank you.
Healthy.
Look, she got a big smile on her face. She's got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sylvia. I lost my boyfriend tragically a few years ago. They never found him. And I've had such a hard time since, every day.
The reason why you didn't find him is because he's in water. And find him in water, it's like the girl that's missing in Aruba. You can't find somebody.
Well, it was September 11th. There was no, he was a fireman, but there was
no, see, I keep seeing him in water. Is there any way he could have drowned in water some way?
They never found a piece of him. Nothing.
From 9/11.
Because he says he couldn't breathe and he was filled with water. Well, if they were trying to put the fire out, Montel.
They could have, you know, yeah.
No, they won't find him, but honey, that's okay because it doesn't matter if they find him or not, he's still over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Sylvia and Montel. I wanted to know, will I meet someone that I will get involved with and have a real relationship with?
Yeah, somebody from Jamaica.
Oh, why? You already know somebody from Jamaica?
No.
But that look, she's going, really? Stella's getting ready to get a groove on. That's what's happening. Let me take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
If you're in the New York area and would like to be a part of our studio audience, please call 212-989-8101 or email us at tickets@montelshow.com. Please be sure to include your phone number.
Here are 3 good reasons why you should get off the couch
and call Western Culinary Institute.
1, they'll send you free information about their world-famous Le Cordon Bleu culinary program. 2, they'll prepare you for an exciting career. 3, it can open the door for the kind of future you've always wanted.
Call now for a free brochure. Operators are standing by. Call toll-free 866-WCI-CHEF, 866-924-2433. Call now.
Are you still paying too much for internet, TV, and phone service? Then listen up. It's time to do the math and save with Quest. Add up what you're currently spending and see how much you can save by bundling with Quest. The savings will surprise you. Call now and get our best value ever. For under $93 a month, you get Quest high-speed internet with a super-fast dedicated connection. Direct TV service with 100% digital quality picture and sound on every channel. And digital voice with unlimited local and long distance. It's reliable phone service you can count on. Call today and get a better bundle with Quest. It's high-speed internet, direct TV service, and digital voice with unlimited local and long distance. And right now, it's all for under $93 a month. Don't miss out. When it comes to bundling, cable simply can't compare. Stop spending too much. Switch to Quest and start saving today. Compare, bundle, and save. Call Quest today at 1-866-997-8425. That's our spirit of service.
Hi, Leo Hillier, Hillier's Mid-City Ford, and I'm here today to show you what I think of when Simon says stage presence. Stage 2 and Stage 3 Roush Mustangs. When Paula says super job, I think of Ford's biggest lineup of Super Duty trucks. When Randy says bold moves, man, I think the same thing about Ford's exciting new lineup of cars. How'd I do?
You did your thing, got your message out.
Phenomenal. Bold move.
Take a look at what we're working on for tomorrow's show. 27 years ago, her boyfriend attacked and killed her baby girl.
God help me, there are bite marks on her legs.
She's been sitting in prison ever since, convicted of failing to protect her child. Her other daughter forgives her, but not everyone agrees.
You never strike a 2-year-old. I'm only here because Amy can't be here. She's dead.
I'm here as an advocate for Amy. That was my sister. I was there.
On the next Montel. Is this man back there in the back?
Hi, thank you. I have different spirits around me at different times, several of them, and I would like to be able to acknowledge them when they do certain things.
There's an Ellen and a Henry that comes around all the time.
Okay.
You thought they were your relatives, right?
Yeah. Well, I know some are because I've seen one.
But Ellen and Henry, Ellen especially is your spirit guide. Henry comes from the family way back on your dad's side.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you had a question, son.
Hi, I want to know if I'm ever going to have my mother around me and my father.
Well, they are around you anyway. You mean feel them?
Well, they're in another country, and I just want to know if they are ever
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They will be around you in about a year.
All right, thanks.
But they're going to have to get some kind of papers or something.
We've been
Aren't
waiting
they?
for that. That's why I wanted to know. It's taking a long time, so.
Yeah, about a year.
You know, right this minute, for anybody trying to get papers to get in this country,
Oh, it's miserable.
taking a long time. Remember, we just had a major, you've got Homeland Security to thank, but I think it's also necessary right at this time to check people. So it's going to be a while. The book is called If You Could See What I See. It's in a bookstore near you right now. If you'd like to be a guest on our future show with Sylvia, all you have to do is log on our website, www.montelshow.com, for more information. Sylvia, as always, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sylvia Brown.
Win Xbox